Hey everybody, here in Jacksonville. I went to the JSO body cam meeting. It was at Edward Waters College in the Milne Auditorium. I think I might be pronouncing that wrong. It was an interesting first meeting because some of the things that were discussed, there was Sheriff Tony Davis was there presenting. And he did a PowerPoint presentation, which unfortunately I felt like he ran through it. So there was some information that I didn't get to grasp about the body cams. So here's what I do know. I know at this time that policy has not been completed. There is a statute, and I want to say it's Florida Statute 943.171. Don't quote me on that exactly because I don't have my paperwork with me. It's actually in the house and I'm on the porch. But I think that was the statute. There is a pilot program that's supposed to start this summer. They do not have a contract with a specific body cam company yet. There have been some solicitations, and I believe they're going to pilot some cameras over a 90-day period, which is concerning to me, and I didn't voice my opinion about that, but it's concerning because not every body cam, I guess, is the same. There's different capacities and things that they need to do. So would they need to be trained during that 90-day period, which then it takes officers off the street to be retrained for a new camera or what have you? So that might be questions that I might ask at the next couple of meetings. There is another meeting next Tuesday, the 14th, at FSCJ North Campus. I can share the street name if anybody's interested, and if I get any more documentation about that meeting, I will share it. The big issue that I found was that the FOP does have a lawsuit against these body cameras, not for the fact that they don't want to do the body cameras, but they want more regulation in their collective bargaining agreement. At this point, it is administrative based and issued. So the FOP does not have a say in these body cams. So at this point, I think there is a pending lawsuit to try to get some type of agreement between administration and the police officers. So at this point, it really wasn't much of a confirmed process and policy and procedure. They are opening up discussion to the community. There's, I believe, 4 or 5 more meetings that are going to be coming up. And I do hope that people within Jacksonville will attend and ask questions, identify issues and concerns as you think about it over the next couple of weeks. It's very important that people show up and attend these meetings. There was probably about 45 people that were scattered throughout this auditorium. I honestly thought it was going to be more, so I got there early thinking I was going to have to find a seat and didn't have to worry about that. They gave everybody a chance that wanted to speak, which was good. You got like 2 minutes to be able to voice your opinion. I'm trying to think what else happened. It really was just pretty much everybody saying the same thing. You know, I think the biggest concern as well was that from what we understand, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong, officers are able to watch the camera and then write their report, which many folks stood up and said, that's not a good idea. And common sense for transparency says that that is not a good idea. So it was recommended that they consider, as they're trying to write things down, that they consider not allowing that process to happen. One of the things that I had asked that they do is in situations where there is death by a police officer or excessive force, that they negotiate with the FOP to override certain procedures that the collective bargaining agreement says, so that the officer is not able to just easily retain his job, or that it needs to be investigated properly and that the FOP is not able to just kind of intercede and help the officer maintain his position, despite the fact that there is record of him being harmful to others. So that's pretty much what I learned from the JSO body cam. JSO means Jacksonville Sheriff's Office. That's what I learned today, and hopefully there will be more discussions. Something different coming up. After the meeting, there were some discussions about looking at the budget, which I think is very important. JSO gets a big significant amount of budget allotted. So it'd be nice to see exactly how this money is being used, because it is taxpayer dollars. I'm not sure if there's going to be a federal match or not. That wasn't really discussed, but it needs to be asked. So it's progress that we all met, but it was open to the community, and that they are taking comments. But it would be interesting to see how they use this information moving forward. So that's pretty much my information about what happened at the meeting today. I just didn't feel like writing it because then you guys will be reading a book. So I hope you have a good evening. Thanks.